Alright, here's a brief explanation, review of equations, okay? Let's make a note here, okay? Let's look at this box right here. Alright, we have an equation, for example, x plus 1 equals 2x, okay? Now, the thing is, we can rewrite this equation by flipping each side. So instead of x plus 1 equals 2x, we can just say that 2x is equal to x plus 1. Sometimes flipping these equations kind of makes it easier for you to look at and to solve the equation. Of course, that's x plus 1. So, for example, right here, the top, you would have to bring the x's to the right side, but a lot of times we're used to solving x on the left-hand side. So that's the reason why you flipped it like this, so that we can bring this x over to the left-hand side and then solve the equation. So let's give an example right here. We have 5x equals 2x plus 15. Alright, let's solve here. Alright, now what we have to do is we have to bring the variable x's to one side, and all the numbers, alright, constants to the right hand side. So here we're going to subtract both sides by 2x, okay? Make sure you put a negative, alright? Put the negative and then 2x, alright? And the reason why I put negative is because this is a positive, right? So we always do the opposite. So if this was negative, then this would be positive. But because it's positive 2x, we subtract by 2x, okay? Alright, so these cancel. 5 minus 2 is 3x. Bring down to 15, alright? Alright, so 3x equals 15, alright? Divide both sides by 3. And x is equal to 5. Alright, then sometimes what we can have is, we can have an equation where you have a variable and a number on both sides. So here's 3x minus 7, here's negative 4x plus 7, okay? So it's a two-step process here, right? So we've got to bring, alright, the x, alright, this 4x to this side, and then we've got to bring this negative 7 to this side, okay? Let's start with the x's first, okay? So here's step 1. Alright, that's going to add 4x to both sides, because we have negative 4x, so we have to do the opposite. Negative opposite is positive, right? So it's positive 4x. Okay, so these cancel. 4 plus 3 is 7x. Alright, now let's focus on the numbers. So now we have to bring this number to the other side, because remember, we're isolating the variable and we want to isolate the numbers, right? So here we're going to add 7, because it's a negative 7. Again, same idea, we do the opposite sign. Alright, so we add 7 to both sides. Whatever you do one side, you got to do to the other. So these cancel. 7 plus 7 is equal to 14. So we get 7x equals 14. Now we divide both sides by 7. Alright, so what's 14 divided by 7? So what number goes into 7 that would equal 14? Well, that would be 2, right? Because, remember, 14 divided by 7 is 2. 2 times 7 is 14. Alright, then, alright, what if we have a variable that has a fraction, like this? Well, there's two ways of going about it. You can find the reciprocal, right? What's the reciprocal of negative 5 over 6? It'd be negative 6 over 5. But it seems like there's a lot of confusion here going on with you. So what I would recommend is we're going to do what we call cross multiplication, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to change this 10 to a fraction. So it's 10 over 1. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to multiply these two numbers, and then we're going to multiply these two numbers, and we're going to make them equal to each other. So what's negative 5x times 1? That's just negative 5x. That's to be equal to 10 times 6. 10 times 6 is 60. Alright, that's a simple equation, right? We divide both sides by negative 5, right? Not just 5, but negative 5. And we'll move over here. Alright, that means x should be equal to, well, let's see, it's going to be negative 5 divided by 60. Alright, if we do the math, okay, 5 goes to 6 one time, 12. Okay, so the answer is to be negative 12, right? Negative 12 times 5 is negative 16. Alright, so again, when it comes to variables with fractions, do cross multiplication, alright? That way, that's like, you don't have to worry about confusing yourself about the reciprocals. Just cross multiply and make them equal to each other. And the second problem, it's a two-step process. Isolate the x's, then isolate the numbers. And the first problem is pretty easy.